Good morning, everyone. My name is Ruktan, and these are my team members: Abhilash, Nadine, Hazel, and Lilith. Today's presentation is going to be about Toyota, its organizational culture and teamwork. I'll start off with the table of contents. First of all, we have an introduction. After that, we have objectives, organizational culture, teamwork. We'll be having critical analysis on both of these topics, and finally, we will draw a conclusion. Introduction. So, Toyota is a Japanese automaker established in 1937, one of the major auto producers in the world, known for its diverse line of vehicles and innovative technologies. How we approach the objective? We agreed upon Toyota as being a subject of choice since it accredits its success towards its teamwork and organizational culture. Though the two subjects may seem very unrelated at first, after conducting some research, we found out that both of the topics are very closely related. Our research was conducted through various secondary sources, books, websites, online articles, and reports. So what is organizational culture? A structure of common substance that employees in an organization distribute among themselves to solve internal and external problems in the organization. This was coined by Edward MIT professor. The types of organizational culture. This culture model was coined by Hans Schompenhaus. This whole model was based on the relationships in the company, what goes on in the company, the relationships between employees, the relationships between the employees and the organization, and the relationships between employees from different rankings in the company. In our research, we found that Toyota falls under the family-oriented category. This type of company, the family-oriented company, relies heavily on establishing warm relationships between the employees, and when it comes to hierarchical differences or rankings, both the employees have a deep affinity to establish mutual trust between them. A closely relating and similar type of cultural module was created by Geared Offseat. To elaborate more on that, I'd like to call Abhilash. Abhilash?
Thank you, Rigvin. To further explain on the Geared Offseat's research, according to him, there are 5 dimensions of organizational culture, which are shown in the graphs. With each of these 5 dimensions, there have their different characteristics. I'll be explaining furthermore on that. First one is power distance. Power distance focus on inequality and equality based on power and wealth. In this graph, as we can see, the index for power distance is high in Toyota culture of Japan. It shows that they do accept inequality as they have high power and wealth. Next is individualism and teamwork. In this index, it shows that individualism for Toyota culture is less and teamwork is high. It means that they de-emphasizes on individualism and gives more focus to the teamwork. Next is masculinity and femininity. It is actually based on gender discrimination. Masculinity, it means male dominance, and femininity means female dominance. As we can see, masculinity of this index is very high. It means that there is more male dominant. They are more male dominant. Next is uncertainty and avoidance. From this index, we can see that Toyota has zero tolerance for risk and uncertainty. They follow strict rules, regulations, control, so that they can be effective in their day-to-day business operations. And next is time orientation. Toyota's culture is based on long-term orientation. It means that they have long-term thinking and long-term visions rather than short-term visions. Next is indulgence. Indulgence basically means how employees have been indulged in their day-to-day activities and how much they enjoy their work. Indulgence, for the indulgence index, it is more or less lower compared to other graphs. Next slide. In 2001, Toyota came up with their own philosophy known as the Toyota Way 2001. In this, the main two pillars of Toyota includes continuous improvement and respect for the people. Continuous improvement includes challenges, kaizen, genki genbutsu. Challenges mean that they have a long-term vision. To fulfill those visions, they need to challenge themselves so that they can experience more. More. Next is kaizen. It means that it is also its another meaning is also a continuous improvement. As there is always a room for improvement, kaizen is also required. Genki genbutsu. It focuses on the source. It focuses on finding the main sources of facts and information so that they can make correct decisions. Next is respect for people. These include respect and teamwork. Respect means respect for others, respect for employees, and respect for their seniors. And teamwork is this Toyota culture is wholly based on teamwork. So it is a team-oriented culture. So teamwork is required, and they follow. They conduct any kind of project in a teamwork rather than working individually. For the presentations, I like to call Milin.
Thank you, Abhilash. So now I would like to talk about Toyota's philosophy on teamwork. As you can see here, according to Toyota, 5 is the perfect number. What this means is that in Toyota Corporation, teams are usually comprised of a team leader that serves 5 team members. And in this case, it is much easier to manage people, and it creates a prosperous environment for mutual trust and cooperation. Next slide, please. So how has Toyota promoted teamwork? Now, Toyota has promoted teamwork through the various use of human resource related activities. They are also known as HURE activities. Now, you can see over here activities such as workplace recreational activities, personal touch campaign. They create activities where employees are more voluntary-based activities, and this increases the mutual cooperation between the employees. Now, next slide, please. So over here you can see that. This is the net revenue graph that we pulled from Toyota's website. Around this stage, we can see that there was a decreasing stage in Toyota's key strengths, teamwork. And this ultimately resulted in a decrease in Toyota's net revenue. However, in 2002, Toyota decided to revamp its HURE activities, and we can definitely see in the coming years, the net revenue has increased exponentially. Now, thus we can definitely say that there is a relationship between organization's culture and its performance. So, was it really because of team-oriented culture that Toyota succeeded, or was it without it? Now, due to the previous analysis of the graph that we just did, we can definitely say that there is a positive response between organization's culture and its performance. Thus, the main emphasis on teamwork is given in this organization. And this type of culture is also adopted by another company based in the United States, DCH Toyota, and this will be further talked about by my friend Navin.
Thank you, Navin. As talking about the new DCS way, in 2009 in the US, DCS Group, a company comprised of 33 auto dealerships, they decided to adopt the Japanese culture, that is the Toyota culture. General managers were called to know about this concept of the new DCS way. It is an effort made by the top management to implement the group of the Japanese business culture. The concept was founded on heavy dose of the teamwork as a team-oriented approach to getting the job done rather than the individual glory. As Susan Skorola, who is the CEO of dealership group, stated that it is a non-competitive approach that fits in well with the Asian perspective. Moving on the next slide. At DCS Toyota implement in this culture during the 2009 auto industry slump in an effort to save the job. As in the Toyota culture, the manager decided to take 15 to 20% day cuts rather than rather than lay off of an employee. This proved that this action was a good means for promoting teamwork mentality and also increase the employee confidence and also decreases the losses of human resources in the company. Thank you, and I'd like to call Faisal for the rest of the slide.
On the contrary, managers might be taken for granted. It means that a portion of their salary is being deducted to give to their employees, which leads to higher expectations to their managers. And if the employees does not meet their expectations, the managers might get irritated and disappointed. Similarly, if families of these managers doesn't support their decision, it will lead to constant grief and in mind. Because of inferiority complex, employees expect more from their managers, which in the future, if such crisis is occurred, it can be repeated again. The main problem was that in DCH company, according to Susan Scorola, it was very hard to adapt the new culture and to bring that culture in day-to-day activities. The culture was not adapted immediately in their group. Even the top-level management team was getting in problem while adapting this culture. In DH's case, the culture takes long period of time. In Toyota's, culture means drastic internal change in their management team. This change requires resources that may already been committed to other investment and strategies. Assets are hard to alter and people are even harder to alter. Now I would like to call Avilas the rest of the presentation.
So if we compare the Toyota culture of Japan with the United States, we can see that power distance of United States is lower than that of Japan, and individualism is high in United States rather than that in Japan. Masculinity is lower, male dominance is lower in United States rather than that in Japan, and uncertainty and avoidance. In United States, they want to try new options rather than not taking risk and uncertainties. And long-term orientation, in Japan there is long-term orientations, while United States follow short-term orientation. And indulgence is very high in United States. Teamwork never fails, but individual fails and teamwork, as said by Skip Wiseman. Thus, I would like to conclude our presentation by saying that in a dog-eat-dog world of automobile industry, there is a very intense competitive environment where individual competitors compete with each other for their livelihood. So it leads to teamwork being less harmonious. Thank you.